Hello and welcome to this week tutorial. In this week tutorial, we'll be creating a cool blog code. As you can see right here, this is the finished project. We're creating this nice blog code that had a nice background image. As in we have a cool hover effect as we hover over it. You can see this slide in and this slide up. Had a title or the blog post, the view, the like, and the dates it was published. And inside of the body, we have the category, the text, and this button that say read full post with a nice again background image with this nice overlay, this nice hover effect, and of course it'll be very responsive. When we start resizing it, you can see on smaller devices the title and the view, like, and date were all on the tab right here, and this stay on the bottom. When you hover it doesn't move, it stay right there. So on mobile devices, you don't have to hover over it before to see this. It will be showing right away. See, on larger devices, when you hover it, it shows this nice hover effect. That was what we'll be doing this week tutorial. And then in next week tutorial, we will create this. We use our blog code and create a nice blog website. As you can see right here, this nice navigation, this cool search, and our blog code with this, as you can see, with a nice scroll slider. This nice session again with this black code right here, and all of this will be for next week. But this week we'll be creating the code, and next week we will use the code and create this nice blog website. So I will leave a link in the description so you can download the starter folder that contain the files and picture that you need for this tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome back. My name is Marius, and on this channel I create web design and development tutorial, and I release new tutorial every week. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you'll be notified next time I release new tutorial. During the introduction, I'll show you what we're going to be creating in this week tutorial. This nice and blog code with our title and this information is nice category button and a text right here. So if you download the starter folder, you will have the index inside of it, which is right here. And you have the one image and then the CSS. So we will start working on the index. I already had the title right here. I'm going to be using Google Fonts Roboto for this tutorial. And then for icon, I'm going to be using Remix icon right here. This nice Remix icon. And then I have my CSS link right here. So if I open the CSS, you will see this just basic styling, and we go over it once we get to the CSS. So let's start with the HTML. So first I create a container that will hold all of this. Inside of the container, I create a div for a class called code. Oh, by the way, I'm using a live server. So if I right click and choose open with live server, it open it up right for me right here. So when I save, it will automatically update it. You can search for it on the call live server right here. This one, you can install it. And I create a div with class called code. Say hello. As you can see, it show up right here. It automatically refreshes. So instead of our code, I will create my code header. So code _header. I'll put a little comment right here. Inside my code header, we had my image with a class called code image. And then we go inside of the CSS folder, period, that / images, and I'll choose the business theme.jpg. I save it. We have the image right here. And then after the image, we create a div called blog details. The blog detail will hold our title and our meta information. So here I'll create a heading 2 with a class called blog title. And I'll say how to incorporate teamwork at your company. That'll be the title. As you can see right here. And after this, I will create a blog metas. And inside here, I create a div called meta with a class called meta. And then inside of it, I will use my icon. So the first one, I'm gonna be using this one. Click on it, copy, and I paste it. And I put space 235. Copy this one and paste it 3 times. I hold a shift, alt, and a down arrow key twice to duplicate it 3 times. The second one is gonna be thumbs up. So I'm just gonna type, go back here. Thumb up. And then this will be 105. And then the last one will be calendar. And this will be 02/24/2021. Now see this, as you can see them right here. And after my black meta right here, I will close this one and close the details also. And then after the code header, we drop outside the code header and create a code body. And inside of the code body, I create a blog category and put productivity. If you have any question, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you have not already done so, I will appreciate it if you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. And after that, after our category, we create a blog except, put a paragraph, put the greater sign, create lorem, I put 35. I will create 35 word, put 3 dots at the end. And after my blog except, I create a button, anchor element with a class called button. We go nowhere, so I'll leave the href empty, and here we say read full post. I save it, and then we have it right here. So that's it for the HTML. That's the code. We have it right here. Now let's go to the styling to style it. So I just have my root for the color of white is F5. You should see it once you download the starter folder. And I reset the padding and the margin and set the back sizing to the border backs. And on the HTML, I set the font size to be 10 pixel because I want to use a RAM. So 1 RAM we count 10 pixel. So 1.6 RAM here is 16 pixel. And then I just style my images right here. And then I will start styling the code. These are mobile first, so we're going to work from mobile to larger devices. If you take a look at the finished project on mobile, we have this right here. The hover doesn't, the animation doesn't work on the mobile. You see everything all at once. And larger devices, that's when we see the hovering. Now, inside of the code, I will select my code. First here, I will work on the container. Say container. I will set width to be 90%. And set a max width to be 60 RAM. I set a margin to be 0 auto. Set a padding be 4 RAM. Top and bottom is 0 left and right. Set display be flex. On set everything in the middle. Justify content center and then align item center. So we have that right here, as you can see. Before everything just pushing to the side right here. Now everything look has some breathing room right here, bottom, and the top. Now that's the container. Now let's start styling the code. Now here I will say code, and I set the position to be relative. Set the overflow to be hidden, and I set our border radius to be 0.6 RAM. As you can see, man, not here right here, but it's following along. You see a small rounded corner right here. And after the code, I will select a code header to underscore header. I set a position also to be relative. I set a height to be 45 RAM. So that's 450 pixel. I save it. Now you can see that's the header right here. It clips everything. You see, don't see the title anymore. But if I remove this, you see everything else. So we hide this for now. Now inside here, I set overflow also to be hidden. I save it. Now you can see. Now we see the body right here. Because the image right here was sitting on top of it, or like push it down. And then we see the padding to be 4 RAM. Now we add some space to it. Now I grab the image and style like so. It has the classical code image. I will go down right here. I set the position to be absolute, width to be 100%, height to be 100%. I set a top to be 0, the left to be 0. Save this. You can see. Let me put a border around this whole code so you can see what we're styling. So I say border, say 2 pixel, solid, save it, and there you see the entire code right here. Now we put the overlay on top of the image. As you can see right here, there's a overlay right here. So it's on top of the code header. So we're gonna grab the code header. I'm gonna use the before pseudo element. Set the contents to be empty. It's necessary that you put the content right here, otherwise it won't work. Set the position to be absolute. Set the width to be 100%. The height also 100%. Set a top be 0. Left be 0. Save it. You don't see anything, so we need to put the color, overlay color. So I say use the linear gradient. So I say background image linear gradient. So first one with RGBA gonna be 0, black, so 0 0 0, red blue, red green blue, and the alpha I would say 0.2. It's gonna be the same one for the second color. Only this one it will be, instead of 0.2 it will be 0.6. So we're gonna go from top to bottom. I save this. You don't really see anything because it's sitting behind this whole thing. So I'm gonna set Z index to be 2. Now you can see it. Now let's work on the black details. So to bring them back up right here, because we're sitting behind the image and the overlay. So I'll go down here. I'll say blog details. Set a position to be relative, so I can use the Z index on top of it. So Z index 5, so a number greater than the 2. I save this. As you can see them right here. Now let's grab the heading 2. First I'll set color to be my off-white. As you can see, I use the var keyword and then the off-white inside of it. And then after this one, got a heading 2 with a class called blog title, which is this one. I set a font size to be 3 rem. Set a line height to be 1.4, and then margin bottom go 2 rem. Save it. As you can see, now it has some breathing room right here. After this one, let's all start the metas. So we select blog metas, which wrap around this whole thing. So display be flex, align item to be center, so vertically very line center inside. So let me add a border around this. Say border 2 pixel solid. This is it. So make sure you align the center right here. Now it doesn't look like we're aligning the center, so we're gonna fit this later. But right now we set a flex wrap to be wrap. What this does is, if we start resizing it so small, there's not enough room for all these 3 to stay next to each other. The last one we start going to the next line. So after this one, we grab each one of these and style it. So I'm going to grab this one again, paste it right here, then choose the meta, which is wrapped around each individual of these. I've set a font size to be 2 rem. Set a margin right, also 2 rem. Now there's some space between. I will display it as flex. Then align item center. Now they're all aligned in the center next to each other, like right in the middle. And I set a margin bottom to be 1.2 rem. The reason why I set margin bottom is if there's not enough space in this one, come down. If we had this one, we have some margin on the bottom, so it won't be stuck into the one on the top, so there will be enough space right here. Now let's style this. The icon has some space right here, so I would say grab all of this, preset, put the I, and say margin, all right, 0.6 rem. Now it has some space in between. I remove the border from here, as you can see. Now we need to remove the margin from this one, the last one. So I'm talking about this one right here. So I'm gonna grab this one, again right here, because we set a margin right to each one of them to be 2 rem, but there's nothing else here, so we need to remove the margin from here. So we set the last child, and we grab the last one. So border 2 pixel solid, save this. As you can see, I grab the last one, so I say margin right 0. Now you won't see anything because there's nothing right here, but this will remove it. Save it. Now that's the black details. Now let's start working on the body. So I go down and choose code body. I set a body also to be 4 rem. Background color to be my off-whites. Save it. Now you can see. And then after the code body, I choose my blog category. I set padding to be 1 rem. I set a border to be 0.2 rem. Solid. Now use my accent color. Save it. Now you can see, but we don't want it to be 100% of the width of its container, so we want to chop it right here. So by default is display block, so we need to change that from display block to be display inline block. Now as you can see, add some border radius to it to be 0.6 rem, and set its color also to be the accent. Now yeah, got this. Now this is the step right here, which is the next. So we have blog accept margin 2 rem 0. So we get some margin top and the bottom. That's it for that one. And then we're going to grab the paragraph inside of it. We copy this, grab the P for the paragraph, Set the font size 1.8 RAM, and then we set a font weight to be 300. Now we get this. So it lights. We went from 400 to 300. Now we're gonna take care of the button. So here, classical button. We say first we get rid of the underline right here. So we have something like text decoration to be none. We get rid of the underline. Set display to be black. By default it display inline, so black. We want to take the full width of its container, 100%. And set a padding to be 2 RAM. Set a background color to be my accent. Save this. Now you can see. Now we set a color to be my off-whites. Save it. You can see. Add some border radius to it. Radius to be 0.6 RAM. Set our text align to be center. Now the text in the center. Now we want to add some hover effect to the button, so we add label transition. So transition, so it's smooth. So the property gonna be the background color, and a duration 0.3 second, and then the timing function is and out. Save this. Nothing happens, but now let's add the hover effects. So I say button hover. I set background color to be my dark accent. Save this. Now you can see it's nice and smooth because of the transition. If I took out the transition, you can see it just jump. So let me bring it back. So it's nice and smooth. So that's it for the, let me remove the, so that's it for the mobile. So let's try to make it bigger. As you can see. Now it might be a good idea to start working on the larger devices, so this can slide in. So we reset this also. So I choose to be 900 pixel. That's a minimum width. So this had to be at least 900 pixel. So if I say the body, background color to be yellow. If I saw making it smaller, now you can see it's at least 900 pixel. So we can start adding our styling. So first we're gonna grab the container again. I want to set its mask width to be 80%. So it look larger. I set a chord. Grab the chord. I set height to be 65 RAM. So it look a lot smaller. And then I will choose my chord header. Chord header. I will set its height to be 100%. Set display reflex. Now you can see. I will set the flex direction to be column, so we go top to bottom instead from left to right. And then after this, I will set up my justify content to be flex, and now this one justify content will work on the vertical axis, so top to bottom. So flex in, that means gonna show up on the bottom right here. So if I save this, as you can see, it show up on the bottom. Now let's work on the body. As see, it's heading away. So code body. So we set the position to be absolute. I said width be 100%. Set the left to be 0. Set a z index to a high number, say 12. If I save this, you don't see anything. But if I say bottom to be 0, as you can see, it shows up right here. But we want to hide it, so I will set the bottom to be negative 100%. So it's heading away. So I add a transition to this. So transition. The property going to be the bottom. That's what we want to transition. I set the duration is 0.3 seconds. Ease and out. Save this. Now we want to show the hovering. So when you hover over it, we want this one, the body to show up. So we grab my code again. Code, add a hover to it. Then we're gonna grab the code body again. And then we say bottom to be 0. Save this. Now you can see. Then we need to work on the details also. So I will grab my blog details. I set a transition. Give it a transition. Set to all. 0.3 second. Ease and out. And then when grab the code again, hover it, we're gonna grab our blog details and say transform, translate y, so on the vertical y negative 35 RAM. Save this. As you can see. Now let me remove the border right here. It's all the way on the top. So you can see, and on smaller devices. See, it just take, but on larger devices, it shows this nice hovering and a sliding effect. And then next week, we start working on this nice website using our black code. It's a fruit and veggies. We have this nice sliding carousel, the nice search form, and this nice category, this nice trending articles right here. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, so next week when I release it, you'll be notified. As you can see. So this will be next week. We start working on this next week. And this week, this is what we create this week, this nice blog code. I hope you like it. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section below. And again, if you are not done already, so I will very much appreciate it if you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch it. Until next time, have a great day and bye.